For those of you who don't know me, I am Erin Holland. I am the owner, designer, educator at Lula May Design and Lula May Essentials. And what I want to do with my life is really help you guys understand how using crystals, essential oils, and targeted action can help you improve your lives, can help you find the wellness, purpose, and fulfillment that you have been missing and you know it's time to get it. So that's what I'm here for. Every month we do a new focus. We have done lots of awesome stuff, finding your passion, overcoming fear, self-confidence. This month it is all about efficiency and energy, and who doesn't need that, right? I need that. So I want to jump right in. I'm sure people will jump on as we go, as they find us in the Creativity Club, but let's just get started with you guys that are here. So it's November 7th. Yes, it is later than I would like to be doing an intention setting, but I didn't want to do anything on the 31st because Halloween, hello, candy. So the good thing is, for those of you in the Creativity Club, we spent the entire week going ahead and getting started, right? We did an entire week on the tips for energy, based on the fact that we are all leaking energy. Whether or not you realize it, you are wasting energy throughout your day by focusing on things that you don't need to be focused on. And so we talked about how can you plug those holes back up, right? How can you stop losing energy so that then when we start building energy and start building efficiency, it's quadrupled your efforts because you're not being drained, right? Hey, Joanne, welcome, welcome. So the first things we did this past week, I'm just going to refresh for anybody who wasn't involved in that. So one way that energy is drained, social media, okay? This hit home for a lot of people. The thing that I suggested was ask yourself, why am I here, okay? When you jump on to this live call, I want you to be saying, why am I here? Am I going to learn something from Erin? Is this worth my time? And I certainly hope that the answer is yes. But I do think that anytime that you jump onto Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, that if you're doing, especially business hours, you need to be thinking, why am I here? What am I trying to get done? Am I trying to meet new people? Am I trying to network? Am I relaxing for a minute? Am I trying to get my stuff out there? Have a purpose and realize if it's just mindless relaxing that you need to do, there needs to be a time limit on that so you can move on with your day, right? So I'll ask myself before I jump on Facebook, and I'll ask myself like every couple minutes until I realize either I'm no longer learning, I've fallen into a rabbit hole, or, okay, you know, you've had your relaxation time, let's move on to the next thing, right? Second thing, doing stuff you hate drains your energy, right? So don't do it. In a perfect world, you would just never do anything that you didn't like. Now, obviously, you have to do your clothes, you have to do laundry, you have to wash the dishes, you have to feed yourself and other people. But what I mean is, if there are things about your business that you really don't want to do, you hate Pinterest, you hate Facebook, you hate taking photos, whatever, you either need to find a way to enjoy doing that, or you need to decide, you know what? I don't have to grow my business that way. I don't have to do Facebook Lives if I don't want to. I don't have to have like 5,000 people, 10,000 people, whatever, following me on Instagram to have a successful business. You know, successful businesses that have like zero Instagram, zero Pinterest presence, right? So the point of your life is not to do everything that people tell you to do in order to be successful. If you try to do that, you will run yourself into the ground. You will waste your energy because you won't enjoy it, you won't do it well, you won't do it with passion, and so you should be putting that energy into something else. So when you're making decisions about how to spend your time in your business, do that wisely. Think, do I really have to do this, or is it just something somebody told me to do? The same thing in life. If you don't like ironing clothes, they make clothes that don't have to be ironed, right? If you don't like cleaning up and you've got money and you can pay a maid, do that. If that's going to really increase your quality of life, it's totally going to be worth it in terms of energy. If you have to do it, I have to wash dishes, I don't have a dishwasher, I can't because I have an apartment in New York, so I have to wash dishes. Okay, so do it quickly. Rip the Band-Aid off. I like to turn on music and dance around and sing like an idiot until they're done. Find a way to enjoy it or find a way to do it quickly. I posted this and a lot of y'all had some great ideas. One of you said that you like to time yourself. Can I do it faster than last time? Somebody else said, I like to, every time I pass the laundry room, I just grab more clothes. And so that when I have a moment to fold them, I can fold them, right? So that you're making it take less of your day. Okay, third one, worry about yourself. Stop worrying about other people. This super drains your energy. So anytime that you judge something, anytime you say, oh, that was a dumb idea, or I can't believe they did that, or why did I do that? Anytime you judge, you're giving it energy, okay? Anytime you stress about something, you are giving it energy. Do you want to give it energy, or is that energy that you feel like was pulled from you, that you wasted by somebody else's actions? Stop worrying about them unless you have time to live their life. Focus on your own life, okay? This one is hard, but it can be completely revelationary, life-changing. It can totally reduce your stress levels, increase your sense of calm, increase your sense of peace, and gain you a lot of time. 4, better sleep, okay? Better sleep. So, a lot of us, I think this was the one that most of us agreed is troublesome. I love to stay up late at night. I'm a night owl. So even though I know that going to bed before midnight is better for me, it's very difficult. So what do? I have tricks. If I need to get a good night's sleep, I don't drink alcohol because that will put you out faster, but it wakes you up. It messes up your rhythm, and so you come back out of your sleep, okay? I will use lavender on my feet or breathe it in. If I really am having trouble sleeping, I will take an amethyst and I will place it right here on my head, and I will lay down, and I will just, you can feel the vibrations of it. It's the coolest thing. That weight of the stone and the vibrations, you can feel in your head. If you have a headache, it's great for that too, but it will help you slow down, calm down. The same thing as if you have like heavy blankets, right? You put heavy blankets on top of yourself, and that weight will actually help you to feel more calm and ready to go to sleep. So the vibration and the weight of the amethyst is working in your favor there. So anyway, those are my tips for better sleep. And if you get better sleep, then you wake up earlier, and then the next night you get better sleep. So sometimes it's like deprive yourself to get back into that rhythm, right? But super important. Like when I had my thyroid issues, reducing stress by not worrying about other people and getting better sleep were my top 2 goals for an entire year as I was trying to heal from that. So, and the fifth one is prioritize. And that is what we're going to talk about today. Make your to-do list work for you instead of you wasting all of your time creating to-do lists. So who here has a to-do list, writes a to-do list? Let me know if you love them. I know some of you do. Some of you are list makers. I like to check things off of a list, but having a long list can stress me out a little bit. But I do like to check things off of a list. Some people hate them. They just don't know what to do with them. They can't even get started. So whether you love them or whether you hate them, I am willing to bet you money that you are not using them efficiently, okay? I'm willing to bet you that there is a way that you could be improving the efficiency of with which you are creating that list. And we've talked about at the beginning of other months, we have talked about how to use the circle of influence and circle of concern to really figure out what do I actually need to worry about and what do I not need to worry about right now, right? And that's a fantastic first step. And I know a lot of you have used that to great effect. This we're going to talk about, rather than de-stressing, we're talking about increased focus. And so I want to give you a different way to go about this. The idea behind this is you create one list, make your list, stick to the list, stop adding things to it, okay? You cannot just create list after list after list and think that that is helping you. It's not helping you. The important thing to remember is you choose how you spend your energy, right? Okay? So you choose to do the things that you do, whether or not like you feel like you chose it or whether or not it just happened. But you're choosing, so choose wisely. You only have 24 hours to get things done. So if you're picking the wrong thing to work on for the first 6 hours of your day, well, you only have 24, and yet all of a sudden the thing that had to get done is gotten pushed to the back, and now you're making your 24-hour stretch by not sleeping, right? So we've got to get the right stuff done. So here's where I'm going to veer away from your standard recommendation. I'm going to veer away from conventional wisdom, as I like to do. I think conventional wisdom can get you somewhere, can give you enough information to be dangerous, but is oftentimes not the whole picture. So conventional wisdom would say put the important stuff first. I've even used this one, put the big rocks in first, right? Do the important things first, but how do you know it's important? So then they come back and they say, okay, create this box. And in the box you have important and urgent, important and not urgent, not important and not urgent, not important but urgent, or whatever. So you have these 4 different things, right? So what is important and what is urgent? And all of that seems very like you're just making it up as you go along. And everything is urgent when you have a poor plan. When you're at the point where you're trying to figure out how can I be more efficient, everything is urgent already. In Trader Joe's, when I was a manager, we used to talk about Q1 and Q2 problems. If we were always in a Q1 situation, it was always an emergency, even if it was like taking the trash out because it was overflowing, right? You feel like you walk through life and everything is an emergency, but it does not have to be that way if you do things in the right order. So I'm going to give you advice based on being a small business owner who runs 3 businesses and works part-time and wants to have actual relaxation time, right? So this is what works for me. This is what I have put into effect in some form or other for several months. And this past month, since the beginning of this month, it's the only thing I've been using to prioritize, and I've gotten a lot done. So I feel really excited to share it with you. Okay, there are 3 things that I need you to do. They are 3 lists. I need you to decide, rather than what's important, what's urgent, what's a big rock, what's all this stuff, what is the bare minimum that you could do and everybody would survive? Kids would get fed, you would still have a relationship at the end of the day, your business would not close, okay? That's where we're going to start. Bare bones minimum. What is the thing that you have to do or else it all falls apart? For me, this might be, and I would love for y'all to chime in, but for me, this might be, I feel that I need to post on social media at least 5 times a week, or else I'm not getting my voice out there for my business. And so how am I going to get sales? Because Etsy's not going to drive the traffic for me, right? So to me, that's a bare minimum. If I didn't post 5 times on Instagram, then I really feel like I just didn't do enough to say that I have a business, okay? Could be totally different from you. You may not use Instagram for your business. You may have a Facebook group. You may do Pinterest. You may blog, whatever. But I really think if I'm not doing that, the shop might as well be closed, right? Another key thing, having an order, getting it out within the window that I said, the 1 to 3 business days, having it be incredibly high quality, cleansed, Reiki infused, beautiful packaging. That to me is a minimum, or else why do I even have a shop, right? That's my baseline. Now, if you look at that, I could run my business. I literally could keep my shop open. Okay, I'd have to order some more supplies, right? But if I posted on social media 5 times a week and I did a great job with my product, that would be a bare minimum. I could have a business. If I, let's talk for a second about division of lists, right? What I don't want you to create a list that's like minimum for life, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You're going to have different categories. So that's for business. So my other categories would be relationship, right, or home life, and then health. So those are the 3 most important things to me. You might have something that's different. You might have more. You might have fewer. You might live by yourself and you're not really worried. Like my family, my parents back home will take care of themselves, whatever. And so that's less of a big deal to you. But you may have a family of 7 people, and that takes up a huge amount of your time. So you need to be proportioning this correctly. But bare minimum for whatever categories that you choose, and I recommend business, home, and health, okay, because without your health, you do not have anything. What is the bare minimum for my home, for my relationship? So just to show you how this is unique for everyone, okay. So my boyfriend, Alan, who is a lovely person, is a little bit OCD. If he comes home and there are dirty dishes in the sink, he is an unhappy camper. So for me, even though I could not care less, a bare minimum for me is to get the dishes out of the sink, because that greatly impacts his attitude upon coming home and his sense of how much I got done that day. Has nothing to do with my business, but he will feel much better if I got the dishes done. Whereas if I make the bed, if I, make the couch look pretty, all that stuff that I might like to do, tidy up the bookshelf, he really doesn't care as much about that. So my minimum is based on expectations that he has, expectations that a spouse has, that your kids have, right? For your kids, like getting their homework done, getting them to bed on time, are a bare minimum. I don't have to deal with that, but I run 3 businesses. So we're going to have different lists. Health. Last year, my health was in a much, much different place, right? 2 years ago, I had terrible health. I spent a lot of my time taking medicine, taking supplements, sleeping, going to a job that was not great for my health and trying to recoup from that. So that list looked very different than it does now. Now it looks like crystals and essential oils and healthy eating. But what's my minimum not to take a step backwards? If you're trying to lose weight, what's your minimum not to gain weight, okay? Start there. This is where what I'm telling you is different from what you've heard before. I want you to focus on the least amount that you could do in order to just be alive and not have things go south on you, okay? So I hope you're with me there. The second thing is, what do I need to do to create success, okay? What do I need to do to feel like I have a successful business, to feel like I have a successful relationship, that my health is great, that I feel great, okay? What would I need to do to have success? And the third one, I'll go ahead and tell you, the third one is, what do I need to do to grow? And the reason that we are dividing these into 3 things is because you cannot grow in every aspect of your life all the time, right? You cannot realistically think that you are going to be able to improve your relationship, improve your business, improve your health all year long, 365 days of the year. When are you resting, right? When are you really pushing on the business or pushing on the relationship or whatever to make it go to that next step? You only have 100% energy. So you have to choose what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. And so there are moments in life where you're saying, okay, it's November, it's, Etsy shopping season, I'm going to hit pedal to the metal, and I'm going to go for it with my business. Some things are going to have to go from growth to success or even back to a minimum. And that is why you have to know the minimum. Otherwise, you're trying to do it all, okay? So realistically, you have to know where your minimum is, because if you didn't do that, all of this pretty growth and success stuff that you're trying to do is like lipstick on a pig, right? Y'all know that saying. So if I never post to Instagram, okay, I'm saying I've got to have a great product sent out on time, and I've got to post to Instagram 5 times a week, right? That would be my bare minimum example for my business. What if I'm so busy redoing my packaging, making my packaging better, and creating a blog and coming up with my own website and all of this stuff that I let myself fall behind on my orders, okay? My orders, I say 1 to 3 business days, they're going out 4, 5, 6 days later. Does not matter what a great blog I have. Does not matter how fancy my packaging is. If I'm telling someone 1 to 3 business days and I don't come up with that, I haven't met my bare minimum. And therefore, all of my growth and success, they don't care, okay? Same thing with your kids. If your kids, all they need to be do is fed and put to bed, right? And you're so busy cleaning up the house and making it look gorgeous and doing your business, right? And trying to, you said you were going to organize the bathroom cabinet. So you organize the bathroom cabinet. Now it's 7:30. The kids didn't get fed and they're whining and you're annoyed that they're whining, right? You've got to take care of the minimum, or else all of the fun stuff that you're doing that feels good about growing your business or growing your life or whatever is not going to count, okay? I could make Alan a delicious dinner, but if he comes home and there are dishes everywhere, he's going to be annoyed that there are dishes and not fully appreciate the dinner. Does this make sense? Know your people. So right now, the reason we're focusing on this as a way to prioritize is because it's November, December, and you have a lot of things on your plate that you would not normally have on your plate. Christmas shopping, holiday, like Thanksgiving dinner plans, people coming into town, trying to clean your house for people to come over, right? You're adding to your list, and if you do not take something else off of your list, it will not get done or you will not get sleep. Someone give me an amen on this. If you tell yourself, I can just do more, it's just fine, I can just do it all, okay? You can't. You cannot, or else you will have gotten no sleep for the past 7 days by the time Thanksgiving comes, and no one will want to be around you and you won't actually get to enjoy your family. So, minimum, success, and growth. All right? I first did this list. The reason I did this list, honestly, a couple of months ago was, I don't even remember. It was somehow, I really think it had to do with dishes. It was prompted by the fact that Alan was like, I was like, I did all of this stuff. I did the clothes, blah, 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 blah. But he came home and he laid down on the couch and he was just so annoyed that the dishes were dirty. And I was like, dude, like I'm doing all this stuff. And he's a wonderful, wonderful human. And so I know if he's frustrated, then there's something that I need to get straight in my brain about what's going on here. And so I wrote down a list of like, what is the minimum for my business? What is the minimum for the home and all that stuff, so that I wasn't doing business stuff without getting the home minimums done. Because then I'm going to have a 30-minute conversation about how the dishes are dirty when I could be using that 30 minutes to do my business. Does that make sense? Okay. So it seems like everybody's getting it. So everyone's got something weird, right? I'm sure I have weird things too. None of them are popping to mind, but I know that I have them. But yeah, everyone's got their thing. Know the person's thing. Respect that. Respect their weirdness, because you got to live with them, right? Kids, friends, family, extended family, all those people. You got to be realistic. We've got to say what has to get done and what can come off my list, because we'll survive without it. So I want you to think, I've already talked about business, right? Would you have to close your shop if you didn't do X, Y, or Z? And I'm not talking about, yes, you want to have a successful business. Yes, you want it to grow, but I'm saying, would it still exist? Okay. Bare minimum. Would it still exist? And then in your life, like bare minimum, would you still have a relationship with this person if you did X, Y, or Z? Would your kids be okay if you did X, Y, or Z? Because I'm not telling you to live at minimum. But what I'm telling you is there are going to be days of the week where minimum is all you can give for one of these categories. Minimum health, like I may be ordering pizza, right? And I know I'm going to feel like crap, but I just got to do it. And so I know I can take the hit one day and it's going to be okay as long as I know like what oil I'm going to take the next day. But if I do pizza 4 days in a row, everything falls apart. So there has to be a minimum at which I will not sink below. A minimum at which the wheels come off, okay? So really be stingy. Like if I had 0 time, where would I start? Okay? And then we're going to work up from there. Then you get to success, and then you get to growth. And you'll notice, the funny thing is, if you get out your blank piece of paper and you start to do this, it'll seem less scary, because you'll put something on minimum and then you're like, well, actually, this is more important, and things start to get switched around. And I put some stuff on growth that I was like, you know what? Actually, this time of year, I really should do that first. That actually is really important in November and December. That would be like growth if it was July, but like now it's game time. So shuffle them around, but get to a thing where there's not too much in any one category. So if dishes is a minimum, if laundry is a minimum, if cleaning house is a minimum. The fun thing about this is what I've discovered this week. So what I've done this week is I said, okay, I have a minimum list of things, and there's some stuff from my essential oil business I hadn't realized. So if you guys, the ones of you that already buy essential oils from me, you got a welcome email, right? A couple of days ago. Welcome to my Young Living Oily team. And I was basically like, you should have gotten this a long time ago, but here it is, right? Because I had never set that up, and it's automated for me for Etsy, and I automated it for, when I set up my own website for the jewelry, but I didn't have this like welcoming you and giving you a sense of a team for the essential oils, and I think that's really important. And so I said, you know what, Erin, like that's so basic. That's something that you should do for every single person that starts buying oils with you, that you need to do it now. So I had this minimum list of like, I feel like I'm not doing a good job on the basis of my business until I do it. And I gave myself Monday and Tuesday and Sunday, I started on it, to get it all done. And the fun thing was that I was like, okay, if I just like bare knuckle, get this done, then I get to do the fun stuff on the success and the growth list, right? So when you tell yourself it's just a minimum, just get her done, get it out of the way, rip the Band-Aid off, it's a lot less painful, and you stop dragging it out, right? Some of this stuff was stuff that I would go all month just thinking, oh, I don't want to do that. But when you get it on your list that you know has to get done before you can do growth and success, it's a lot easier to just bear down, do it, check it off the list. Rebecca, a modular list. Yes. So basically, you do this every month. Okay. Now you should have a year-long plan. I have a 5-year out, like dream plan. But you should do this every month because every month things change, right? You have different promotions that you're working on. There are different holidays, different seasons with kids' school. Summer you want to travel, winter you're not traveling as much, all of that stuff. Every month this is going to change, and hopefully as you get better and as you're more efficient, you add more stuff to your list, right? You're able to do more because you've stopped just creating things to do and you're actually doing effective things. So the important thing is, yes, it will be modular, or it will change throughout the year. But once you create it for this month, stick with it, because you're not allowed to change it. Because if you do, something else has got to come off. Because did you get more time? No, right? You have the same amount of time and energy as you had before, so you need to stick with what you come up with, and be realistic. Tell your kids, look, I'm doing dinner and you're going to bed. I do not have time for fun or whatever it is. I don't have kids, so like whatever you would usually do, this week mom doesn't have time for that, Tell your boyfriend, look, I know we have date night on Thursdays every week. November, it's not going to happen. I still love you. Can you be okay with that, right? Let them know I'm at minimum. This is it. This is all I got for this area of life. If it's health, you need to tell yourself, okay, look, I can't afford right now to eat that well, or I don't have time to cook myself meals, so I'm going to spend a little bit more money or whatever. This is what we're doing right now, and this is not the way that my life is going to be. This is a moment in time because I'm having to focus on this other stuff. It gives you some space to expand other areas of your life without being detrimental or without that becoming your new norm, because you wouldn't want to never spend time with your kids. You wouldn't want to never have date night. You wouldn't want to never eat well again. But sometimes you just have to be realistic, and that's where you can stick to your minimum and know you got it done, okay? So we will talk through the month about increasing energy and streamlining our processes, and that's going to be hugely important to help you get off the minimum list and onto the growth and success list. But basically, for now, I just want you to get everything in the list. So what we're going to do for the next week is we are going to, every morning, we're in the Creativity Club, so you're all in here, but every day at 7 a.m., I post something, okay? And last week, we did the plugging up your energy leaks. This week, we're going to go through each one. We're going to go through minimum, success, and growth, and I'm going to give you some more details to help you get that list done within the next 3 days. So go ahead and start, but don't be scared. It's not like I'm never going to tell you about this again. I'm going to go through it with you each day individually on those posts, okay? So I'm over my time, so bad me, but I said I want to keep these to 30 minutes, so I'm going to go through the important key stuff. But what I'm really trying to do in November is shorten this up, make it succinct, and then give you the rest of it throughout the week in the post. So, our affirmation, if you get emails from me, you already got the affirmation today. If you didn't see it, go back and find the email. If you don't get emails from me, I need you to message me your email address or go sign up on my lulamaydesign.com/sign up. But the affirmation for this week is, my energy is focused, okay? I move forward, completing each step on the way to my success. My energy is focused. I move forward, completing each step on the way to my success, right? We have talked about this over and over again. Your success, not anybody else's, your success. But if you remember the mindfulness affirmation from last month, that's your solar plexus one, the rib cage area. My energy is focused, okay? This whole month, my energy is focused. I am moving forward step by step. I want you to focus on the step-by-step aspect of this. Knowing what the list is, getting the things done, keeping yourself reined in, not letting yourself get crazy and try and do too much, okay? So, I'm not going to talk too much about the oils that I chose. I need you to get the oils because you will get so much more out of this. Get the crystal because I need you to get so much out of this. But I'm going to share that this week in the group because I've already sent you the email and I don't want to take up your time on the video. But I will show you really quickly. And then if you want to know and you didn't get the email, let me know. But motivation, okay, is the first blend, and common sense. Super key. Motivation and common sense. That's what we need this month. How to use them. there is an, if you go to the blog, lulamaydesign.com/blog, you will see all of the instructions on how to use them, how to get them, all of that stuff, okay? The crystals. The crystals. Here's the pendant. This one's really pretty, that bright blue. Those are blue apatite. We got a tiger eye in the middle and then amethyst on the outside. Okay, guys? Those, the tiger eye is for high vibes and grounding. That flash in the middle, the gold flash, is the high vibes, and then a very grounding, that dark brown. Amethyst, inspiration and focus on the moment. And blue apatite, which is motivation and drive. Okay? So they all go super, super well together. Really to help you to know what you need to get done and stay focused on it, but also get far, right? Don't get like clamped up thinking, oh, I got this to-do list. It really helps you to get in there, dig in, and get it done, okay? I'll be talking about that more throughout the month. I really want to help you understand how to use the crystals. So the one thing I do want to say, a lot of you guys are new. Some of you haven't seen a lot of my lives. So you may not know how to do the affirmations. You may not understand how to use the crystals and oils. I want you guys to put in the comments, if you would, for me, what do you need from me about crystals, oils, affirmations? What do you need to know? What don't you understand? So that as I'm giving you the information, it's not the same stuff everyone's heard, but it's things that you just don't know, because I only know what I know. I don't know what you know or don't know about them. So do you understand how to use the oils and the crystals? Are you still lost? Is this totally new to you? Let me know, because I want to give you the right information to succeed on the journey, and not just be telling you the stuff that I'm guessing at. It will make me more efficient to just ask you guys, how can I help you? So your affirmation, if you have the email, you already got it. You have the download. You can print it out, hang it on your wall. If you don't have the email, give me your email address. But every morning, I want you to wake up, I want you to put on your crystal, I want you to breathe in your oils, and I want you to say, my energy is focused. I move forward, completing the steps to get to my success, okay? Every single day. That is it, guys. I shaved off 15 minutes. Next time I'll really do 30, but baby steps. But you're all wonderful. I hope this was helpful. And what I just want to really say is, tune in every morning in the Creativity Club. I'm writing long paragraph type things, okay? I am putting it all out there for you guys so that you can get all of the knowledge that you want. So as long as you show up, you will learn something, I promise, okay? That is it. Happy November. Let's have the best one yet. It's going to be a fantastic month. That's it, guys. Have a great night. I'll hang around for a few minutes, answer questions. And that's it. I'm done 15 minutes early. It feels great. All right, guys. Love you. You're the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great night, guys. Bye.